Good morning. The Finance Committee of the Forest Reserve District of Cook County will come to order. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The Secretary has informed me we have a quorum. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda, Madam Secretary?
Mr. Chairman, I just have one small change, and the next board meeting was reflected at October 7th, and it's actually the 6th of October, our next finance meeting.
It's so noted. Any changes from the members? There being none, Chair recognizes Vice Chairman Steele. Second by Commissioner Murphy. Discussion? Mayor? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman.
please record me as voting president 101552.
So noted. Vice Chairman Steele. Second by Commissioner Marino. Discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
In the opinion of the chair, ayes have it. Legal matters, Commissioner Silvestri.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the legal matters as found on the agenda from pages 7 to 10, including the litigation report.
Discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Opinion of the chair, ayes have it. Revenue report, Commissioner Vice Chairman Steele. Receive and file. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Pareka. Discussion?
Questions?
Mr. Pareka.
If I can have the CFO just give us a brief overview of our status here in our 7th month of our fiscal year.
Yes, Marlo Kemp there. Question, Commissioner?
Is the mic on?
Yes, it is. Mine is.
The question is, if you can give us a brief status report in the 7th month of our fiscal year based on the revenue report here.
Okay, well, based on the revenue report, so far in fiscal year 2010, we have received $26,819,836 in revenues, and we have actually in expenses spent to date $18,565,806.
So our revenues are about $4 million below expectations, and the expenditures are about $15 million below expected expenditures. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And the trends you think will continue on both revenues and expenditures through the end of this 5 months that are left in the fiscal year?
Well, I would say that we probably, looking at our revenue trends, because our revenue does tend to come in fits and starts, we would anticipate the revenue probably remaining at that same level, maybe coming up a little bit above. But as far as the expenses go, we expect the expenses to increase quite a bit. So that gap between the expenses and the revenues that you see of about $8 million, we expect to see closing. And just as an example, if you look at the expenditures and look at the transfers out of the corporate fund, you will notice that none of those have transpired yet. And that is primarily because we're waiting for the second property tax installment. And when they do, we expect that that will eat into a significant amount of the surplus that we're currently seeing.
Has there been any significant change in the self-insurance fund or any of the other reserve funds since we met last?
No, there have not been. The self-insurance fund, of course, pays for most of our for workers' compensation claims and other issues, so that does tend to be drawn down on a regular routine basis. However, that is not completely unexpected, and we kind of anticipate that. But there have been no unusual, unanticipated payouts in the fund to date.
In all of the funds?
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion? Yes, Mr. Vice Chairman Steele.
Mr. Kemp, I'm just one particular area. License agreement seems to have a big gap in what we were expecting to have in it as opposed to what we got. Is there any particular reason why license agreements have such a $400,000 gap in it?
I'll allow my comptroller, Dan Donovan, to address that.
Dan Donovan, Comptroller. That change has been reduced substantially. We received and deposited $497,000 from a licensee on August 29th, and that will show up in the next board meeting.
Good. All right, thank you much.
Any further discussion? The question is, shall the revenue report be received and filed? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Well, wish all of you a happy Labor Day for your families in this next weekend. And the next meeting of this committee is Wednesday, October 6th, 10 a.m. Commissioner Sylvester moves that we stand in adjournment. Second by Mr. Pareka. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion adjourned. Thank you.